The Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development, often referred to as the Institute, has two core youth programs, Pathways to Freedom and Pathways to Peace. Both programs have other programs that fall underneath them. The Pathways to Freedom programs are educational research programs for youth aged 11 to 17. For example, the Freedom Ride honors Mrs. Parks' contributions as a global citizen by tracing the Freedom Trail of our leader, Rosa L. Parks. Participants learn to be leaders in civil rights, voting rights, and water rights issues all children can identify with globally. The Pathways to Peace program was created as a peace summit in response to the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. The initial goal was to help Detroit youth respond with caring and compassion when interacting with Metro Detroit's Middle Eastern citizens and refugees from Sudan, Eastern Europe, and others fleeing from war in their countries.
The Pathways to Peace program has given youth historic experiences in activist training at the Highlander Folk School in Tennessee, where Mrs. Parks attended in 1955. These enlightened students use their training to co-lead forums, activities, research, and interactive interviews from their journey. Currently, the Institute is reconnecting Pathways to Freedom alumni with Pathways to Peace youth in a Rosa Parks Next Generation program, which focuses on healthy lifestyles. This program was implemented to address the lack of healthy eating habits by youth that is reflected in our changing societal norms. Example given: fast food, working parents, food availability, etc.
Over the past 13 years, Pathways to Peace youth have participated in the Progress House Urban Garden and Water Conservation Program to learn how to be civic leaders in their communities. The Institute wants to spread the gardening project into more communities, starting with where Mrs. Parks used to live, Wildemere Street. Rosa Parks lived on Wildemere Street from 1986 to 1994. The Institute and its co-founder Elaine Steele continue to reside here today. Wildemere Street is the preferred route for people to walk, drive, and bike between Chicago Boulevard and Joy Road. The Rosa Parks Wildemere Block Club, founded by the Institute and concerned neighbors, learned about the many issues facing the community over the past year. From homeowners to first-time home buyers, senior citizens, and single parents, the want for fresh food and water security are high priorities at every income level. Additionally, neighbors expressed a desire to interact more, but safety is a concern. Likewise, they want a safe place for children and grandchildren to play. These concerns have led to the Rosa Parks Wildemere Block Club and the Institute to petition for the grant to expedite the health and growth of our community, reduce blight, and build neighbor relationships.
Next, we'll talk about our project goals. Our project is called Wildemere Square Community House and Gardens. We believe education on healthy eating and nutrition, along with transforming vacant lots into usable public space and implementing a community house, will encourage our neighbors to become more physically active and create a renewed sense of community. We have selected 9330 Wildemere to be the community house. Behind the house is Genesee Street with 4 vacant lots. The community house will be a major resource for community living, which includes healthy eating, healthy choices that improve lives mentally and physically. The house will have a commercial kitchen, healthy recipe sharing, community pantry, nutrition education classrooms, and activity rooms for crafting, food tasting, demonstrations, and physical activity rooms and dance studio. The commercial kitchen will be used to provide nutrition education, canning and preserving activities, bakery, healthy recipe preparation, and meals for the community. And we will have a pantry to store canned goods for year-round storage and distribution. It will be a place neighbors can store their canned goods.
Other resources, such as internet access and the Rosa Parks Learning Center, where Next Gen Youth teach seniors to use computers and seniors share knowledge and wisdom. The lots located on Genesee Street are directly behind the community house. One parcel contains a blighted house that should be on the Detroit Land Bank Authority's demolition list. Lot 1 will be transformed into a grove of fruit trees. The community will participate in the planting, tending, harvesting of the fruit produced. Education is inherent to growing trees. Therefore, the community will learn about science, ecology, history, and nutrition, and issues related to urban agriculture, public health, and food security. Lot 2 will be repurposed into a root vegetable garden that is beautifully landscaped. Harvested crops will be stored in the community house for distribution outside of the growing season. And lots 3 and 4 will be repurposed into raised vegetable gardens. Both lots will be designed for beauty and utility.
We do not propose purchasing this vacant structure. However, if the Detroit Land Bank Authority has it on the demolition list, we would purchase the lot and transform it into a children's play area that encourages physical activity in a less structured setting than a city park. Again, our goal is to provide education on healthy eating and nutrition and transforming vacant lots into usable public space. We will surely encourage our neighbors to become more physically active and create a renewed sense of community.
Now we'll demonstrate
the communities we will serve.
Within a 1.5-mile radius in each direction, the Wildemere Square Community House and Gardens touches residents in Dexter Linwood, Boston Edison, Virginia Park, Petoskey, Otsego, and Russell Woods. There are approximately 15,000 people living within the 1.5-mile radius in all directions. The median household income in Detroit is $31,283, which may be lower in the Dexter, Linwood, and Petoskey, Otsego areas. The poverty rate in Detroit is 33.4%, which may be higher in the Dexter, Linwood, and Petoskey, Otsego areas. And the cost of living in Detroit is 87.6% of total income, of which 15% goes towards food. We also know that the car insurance rate is not included in this data, and the 48206 zip code has one of the highest insurance rates in Detroit. However, we believe household incomes in all but the Boston Edison Historic District is less.
Taking a 3-mile view of these communities, convenience stores such as Family Dollar and gas stations are the most easily available places to purchase food. Within the 1.5-mile area, Food Farm is the closest grocery store within walking distance and serves the approximate 15,000 people.
However, less than 10% of Food Farm's floor space is dedicated to fresh fruits and vegetables. This is evidence of the fresh food scarcity in the area.
Next, we'll discuss how the Wildemere Square Community House and Gardens will advance community priorities over 24 months. Let's begin with the community priorities. The Rosa Parks Wildemere Block Club identified these concerns in the community: better quality, fresh food in the neighborhood, more shopping options for food, more businesses owned and run by people that look like them, and a reduction of blight in the neighborhood, a reduction of vacant lots, and a reduction of vacant homes.
Our 24-month schedule is as follows. The first 3 months will be for planning, the rehab, excavation, community communication, partnerships, education, and seasonal cooking programs. The next 3 months we'll begin implementing the rehab, excavation, garden beds and fruit groves, signage, community communication, food pantry, and root cellar. The following 3 months will begin planting, garden workshops, open house, Wi-Fi and computer setup, and getting feedback. The next 3 months will begin more community involvement, harvesting, seasonal cooking, canning classes, daily meals, weekly farmers market, and gathering more feedback. At 13 to 18 months, we should have momentum. We'll be planting new crops, running computer workshops, continuing daily meals, the farmers market, and developing partnerships for resources. By the final 3 months, we will implement additional community house programs, including food tasting events, water filtration systems, and providing referrals to resources and emergency services.
Finally, we'll discuss some of our long-term projections for quality of life improvements. We hope the long-term results of transforming the vacant lots on Genesee Street into community gardens will give hope to the community and empower others to make positive changes in their neighborhoods.
Whatever the needs, whether it's health and nutrition, support for physical activity, or community resources, we hope to develop neighborhood alliances and provide nurturing activities for youth. We'd like to end with a quote from Rosa Parks. At the time I was arrested, I had no idea it would turn into this. It was a day like any other day. The only thing that made it significant was that the masses joined in. Thank you.